So we have this pop and drop energy here in the last hour and around the close. That's usually what the Emperor card, or excuse me, what the Hierophant card shows is like a pop and drop. When you combine it with that low there at the close and the closing card, um, it could be indicating a retracement after the close with that failure card as well in the post market. But as far as the prediction, I mean, look at that. Like this circle, this green ellipse, which if you're new to the channel, the green ellipses, I draw these green ellipses where I expect crests to form. I'm usually right, but I'm not always right. I mean, look, like I missed this one, right? There was a crest here, but it didn't go nearly as high, right? So this one, however, I drew these ellipse back on the 1st of April. So over a month ago, I drew this ellipse, and look where we are, my friends. That's the Mercury retrograde strategy. What threw me off a little bit was this continued downward movement past this price level here, which we had an ellipse there as well, which was drawn on the 1st as well and ended up being accurate. I'm not sure where it went. Hey B, hey just Chevy Tubbs. What are my thoughts on Netflix for next week? Yeah. Well, matter of factly, that's a little tricky. Man, I'm finding a lot of these readings tricky right here around this juncture in May, because this unicursal could easily be this drop here. I think there's probably another drop, but it may be. And we had this high in the beginning of April, so that was on point. And there's supposed to be a lowest low here. This might be another one of those circumstances where you have to kind of like disregard the very beginning of the year and use these if you wanted to be like to trade from like an esometa standpoint and be like a prudent, smart trader. When you see something like this on the end, like on the very edge of the time frame of a reading, so like by that I mean this is the whole year of 2024, and then this little portion at the beginning of the year, like a smart esometa trader would probably disregard this when determining relative highs and lows, meaning that this right here could easily be this lowest low that we were expecting, right? Because you've got a lowest low here, kind of like on the cusp of February, March, and then one on the cusp of January, February, and you could see one, two, and then another one here. So this is probably the lowest low. Do I think there's another drop? I do think there's another drop in here in May because The high forms at a brief peak that's easily missed. We've got the unicursal at an important technical price level, which, frankly, we're at an important technical price level from the standpoint of a multi-year. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is an important technical price level from the standpoint of a multi-year. So it's a brief peak that's easily missed. We might, like, this might be it right here. Hey, buddy, what's going on, little guy? You want some attention, huh? You're such a good boy, Hermes. Everybody loves you, you know. And it's also like the later part of May is a failed attempt to break through key resistance. So from like a 1 year standpoint, sorry, I got this new setup. Just getting used to where all my controls are. It's possible that we go a little higher. It is, but like it could be that we see the high again. But I'm not actually seeing that we see the high again. What I'm seeing is this important technical price level on a multi-year scale, which we're kind of like at that, give or take a little bit. Um, right, we dropped from that price level here in April, and then we returned back to it. Right, that's that Princess of Swords. Is it Princess of Swords or Queen? Queen of Swords. Sorry. Queen of Swords, interesting. Well, volatility in a sharp drop, that stands out, so that's another way to read it. And you've got that trough there, and then right on the edge, you've got that trough again. I would probably be looking for like another sharp decline here, but I wouldn't expect necessarily to go back to these price levels here. Let me see. Let me see if I can put any lips there. Hermes, why are you always trying to make a big... Oh. Stepping on my controls now? That's a no-no. Hermes, you're such a pain in the butt sometimes, you know? You're such a pain in the butt. Everybody loves you, though, even when you're a pain in the butt, you know? Come here, you want to come back in my lap? Okay, here. Hey, Benjamin. Good to see you, my man. Hermes, you're really distracting me here, dude. Alright, that's it. You go back on the floor. Go on. You're too distracting, goof. Ay, 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 ay. Here, have this treat, goof. Sorry, guys. Dogs will be dogs. Alright, so... Alright, so I am seeing that price level, but not in May. I'm seeing that take place in June here. Roughly that price level. Remember, don't trade price levels, trade ranges. Trade chart behavior more so than ranges. That's still almost like trading price levels. Timing and chart behavior, really. As far as May, we've probably met that high there. We might come back to it. It's possible. But as far as a low in May, it's probably somewhere around here. We've already seen the low, I should say, but we'll probably come back to some sort of like price level around here. Probably something like that going on. Oh, you're welcome, Jashevi. When do I think the Fed will start cutting rates? In June at around what date? Is highest high for XRP? Will lump price ever go up this year? I don't see them cutting rates until 2026. That seems crazy to me, but that's what I'm getting. I've learned better than to doubt what I get. In June, at around what date is the highest high for XRP? Do you mean the highest high, like June's highest high, or are you talking about like a highest high period? And I was saying yesterday that XRP is starting to smell like it might be like in 2023. My bad one was SPCE, and I don't know. It's there's I'm getting a whiff that something might be off on this. Maybe it's not as much as I think, but I'm getting a whiff. Yeah, well, I don't actually have the June reading done yet, so matter of factly, we should wait on that. I'm not going to answer that one just yet, just Chevy. Will lunk price ever go up this year? I mean, that's like you gotta think about what you're asking, my man. So will the price of lunk go up ever at any time this year? Like, if it goes up one tick at any moment, that's a yes to your question. You know what I mean? So maybe give me more of a measurable circumstance to for the query, or query, if you will. I don't know how they pronounce it exactly. Hey, Dream Lover 33. Yeah, see, like I think these two stones threw me off. This is what I was saying yesterday. That I like last year I did a lot of readings with these two stones, and then I found that my there were certain readings where I was getting the highs and the lows in reverse because of these two stones. So I removed the small one of the two, eliminating that problem. But there's still many readings like that were done originally in 2023 that have that issue in them. And it looks like this is probably one where I was reading this as a low and this as a high, and instead it was a high and a low, not a low and a high. Um, so that might actually be that would be encouraging looking at it that way. That means the reading's on point. It's not an awful reading. I just got thrown off by these two, and the rest of the reading should be pretty much reliable. Um, it happens. This is why you always trade responsibly. Hopefully, people listen to me and didn't bet the house. Um, Guys, soon we're gonna have the ability on the website. Actually, I'm not sure, it might even be up already, but by next week, definitely. Why is this not enlarging? What the heck? Ay, ay, ay. Tell me I'm gonna have to exit all of my windows. Oh, that's so annoying. Sorry, guys. So annoying. That is so weird. And it just opened up all of my preview windows that I just closed. Wow, my computer is bugging out right now. Seriously. See, I'm seeing this big move. When I look at the multi-year, there's this big move here. There's this really big move here. But I expected the move to take place when we look at the 1 year. Here in April. And we did have this big move in April, actually, but that's not big enough for, like, on the scale of what I expected. So there's probably more to come. And there's a breakout here on a 1 year chart scale in August. There's a lowest low in there as well. But there's also a breakout to a high. And then we have highs at the end of the year, very likely as well. I got a yes for between $2 and $3, but again, like, my predictions on timing and sequence of events, that stuff has been developed over 20 years. When we're talking about price levels, I'm just using the old-fashioned yes or no tarot system. My system is much more advanced, so that makes predicting about timing and sequence of events much more reliable than predicting about price levels, to be clear. We actually have somebody on the live that's pretty darn good at predicting price levels. If he's still here. Benjamin Ebert. So I think as far as that goes, it's somewhere, it's hard to say, it's somewhere between, I think probably here in 2020, like maybe the end of the year or into 2025 is really where the big move is, because you have to keep in mind that these multi-year readings, I always tell people, you have to give it plus or minus a year of wiggle room, sometimes even 2 years, because it's one card. One card represents the equivalent of a year of time. It's way too broad, so there's going to be cases where a card will represent more than a year, a card will represent two cards will represent a year, but the sequence of events will remain accurate. So that means that this big move here could be coming in 2025 rather than 2026. I have 2024. It's coming. I have that 2024. It's coming. But in any case, here I have XRP greater than $10 by 2026. I'm not getting that as a truth right now, though. So again, be careful with those price levels. It's like somewhere, it's hard to place. It's somewhere between 2024 and 2025. There's a big move, like multi-year. This is what I mean by multi-year, big move. Something like that. Did it close all my S&P windows? Seriously? Oh yeah, that's so annoying. Guys, if you're interested in priority response to your questions, I just saw you here. It was like you get a star next to your name, and that gets you priority response to questions. You can do that here under join on our channel page on YouTube. Great way to support the channel. When will QQQ reverse to the downside? Whoa. Queen of Swords just like flew out of my hand. Hard to read that card for Clairkinetics to that question. Hard to read. I mean, notable reversal actually looks like August for QQQ, but that doesn't. I don't know. That one's unclear. I wouldn't rely on that one. That answer seems unclear to me. Kind of like murky energy today. How does Dogecoin look end of the? Sorry, I'll come back to that, Robert. I mean, it was luck. You can just watch the video for a question like that. You know, I spend all this time and effort making these videos, not so that I can come on here and repeat myself. Like, it's already said in a video, you're making me go look it up again. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nice move. Wow. Yeah, this should turn around. Like, this is probably a high right here. We might see a high again on the 15th, but um, or maybe even the 17th. It's possible. Maybe even extending to the 20th. It's possible. It depends on how you want to read this reading, but I don't foresee us going higher, like much higher than where we're at right now. We probably revisit the high today, tomorrow, but there's a lot of erratic behavior, and I see two sharp declines taking place tomorrow in the midst of that erratic behavior. As far as the lowest low, it's probably here on the 28th, 29th. I'm looking at it on a monthly scale. All right, guys, let me back up. I'm like, how did I not see this breakout? I'm thinking those are daily chart or daily candlesticks. All right, so let me re-look at this. Still, I feel like we probably have seen a high here. That was the 7th. Almost came to that today. Probably revisit this price level here tomorrow. And even still, we might revisit the high a couple times, like here on the 15th and on the 17th, maybe even the 20th. But I wouldn't be betting up. I wouldn't be betting to the upside here. I would be betting to the downside with a low probably here on the 28th. There's some possibility of one here, but I think this is probably a false correlation, which sometimes that'll happen occasionally. Hey, AV, thank you. Welcome back to Supporter. Much appreciation for the support. Uh, Dennis Benjamin Ebert, if you wanna drop some info for people to check out your stuff, you're more than welcome to do that, my man. Like sometimes, guys, sometimes I consult Dennis on price levels because I should say Benjamin. I always call you Benjamin, so it just says Dennis first, so that threw me off. But you know, we're starting to work together, kind of like verifying our information against each other's. I gotcha. Well, I gotcha. It was luck. So like I said, it's probably there around the 28th, 29th. No worries. All right. So where were we? Dogecoin. I'm gonna cut the questions here, guys. Unless AV, if you've got a question, throw it in there. But I'm gonna cap the questions here. Um, You're welcome, my man. It's always good to find another guy, another person, I should say, who's got similar abilities. You know what I mean? Respect when respect is deserved, my friend. All right, so Dogecoin. Oh, that's right. I stopped doing Doge. I'm like, where's my May reading? No, we stopped doing Dogecoin on a daily basis. But end of the week for Dogecoin. Let's take a look. This one's a little off. Well, so we have a highest high on the cusp there of February, March. Excuse me. But we missed this one here. And I would probably do the same thing with these lowest lows based on what I'm seeing here. Like this was a lowest low in March, and then we came back to it here in April. So I'd probably cut out this portion when doing like relative price level kind of guesstimations. But it looks like we probably have a little bit more to the downside to go here, on like a month scale, a 1 month scale. But like there's a trough there probably in the third week of March, maybe the end of the third week, excuse me, of May. And then we have this big move out of it that's like a breakout, and that's also a cross-reading congruency. This is the crossing card from the 10 years, so it's not the strongest cross-reading congruency, but it is a cross-reading congruency. We'll be higher at the end of the month than we currently are. You, uh, oh, interesting, Chevy. I didn't know that. That's good info to know. I'm not sure if you guys can read what's being written. So he says XRP case will be closed in late 2026 as per Future Humans. I'm not sure. Future Humans, is that a channel? So $10 in 2026 makes sense. That's cool. That's good to know. Thank you. What do I have for Mara? I'll come back to you in just a sec. Oh, I didn't see your question, Avi. Oh, I missed it. I'm so sorry. NVIDIA tomorrow and next week. Oh yeah, this is a full card opportunity here. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so there's a big move here. I would probably, to be on the safe side, I would probably exit out in the first week of June if we're at lowest lows there. Um, yeah, because there's this big move that starts out of the lowest low and takes us into a highest high somewhere around July. So I wouldn't want to miss by waiting too long. I'd rather take profits early than too late on this trade. So I would say if we're near lowest low in like the first week, first or maybe the very beginning of the second week is pushing it. I would say within the first week, that's where I would exit out. Um, all right, and so February lowest low is there. Let's see. Ooh, yikes. I mean, there really could be a huge downside move here. I'm seeing a ton of things. Oh my gosh, a ton of things. I gotta paper trade this. I gotta paper trade this one. Give me a sec, guys. This is a huge move to the downside. Yeah, yeah. I would close out of it in the beginning of June just to be on the safe side because that devil card in the high position, there's probably going to be this move to make it look like we're going to break out or something. But I would put us down. Wow, this is a really big move, guys. Benjamin, if you've got any info on Nvidia around June, let me know, my man. I'm seeing something around here. Yeah, and I'm getting this is like a good time to short it, so I'm gonna get into a paper trade here. I haven't even been paying attention to the competition. I needed a break, guys. I needed a break. What are you gonna do? Um, so risky to sell short uncovered without options. I'm not used to doing this thing, but that type of thing because it's so risky. But it's a paper trading account, so hey, why not? Let's see how it goes. It's super expensive, so I probably only do like that. And that buy order's still in? That's interesting. I don't even remember putting that on. Whoa, how did we get all the way down there? And it still didn't go through. I don't get why it didn't go through. What the heck? Why isn't it working? It's so under the bid price? I don't get it. What am I doing wrong here? I don't get why it's taking so long. It should go right through when it's so low. Like it's 8, now it's changing on me again. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Why is it doing this to me? All right, well, that's annoying, but I'm not going to waste any more time on it. Like, look how below. Oh, I'm right on the line, actually, but still. Um, Guys, just so you know, I already capped off the questions. All right, so Mara. Oops. I don't know if I have anything for Mara on 2024. Do I? I have Mana. I think it's a multi-year. You probably saw multi-year. I don't have anything for that. I'm surprised. I feel like I should have something for that. Nothing for Mara, unfortunately. Oh, and then UPST. Sorry, UPST. Forgot about that one. Oh, I know why I didn't go through because it's post market by 10 minutes. I didn't even realize that it market had closed. That's annoying. I missed the op. Oh, wow, wow. This is going south. This is going really south, guys. Like currently a pretty significant opportunity. If we go any higher, especially, I would say opportunity here to open up a short. And Benjamin, what do you mean for ER? Is that you mean this? Is there stock ER that I don't know? Crypto? Is that Ergo? Are you talking about Ergo? Yeah, I realized after the fact that the market was closed, I was sitting there trying to put in a paper trade order with a closed market. All right, and do I see a drop tomorrow? Um, you know, this could be throwing me off based on its location to this correlator card, but um, I think we probably fall and then return to highs. Very tough reading though because we don't have a low significator on the timeline. Pretty wild, volatile day looks like here with the Queen of Swords, and then there's probably a sharp drop either here or at the end of the day. Matter of fact, there might be a sharp drop right here out of the open off of a high, and then we return back to highs. With the low correlator being the lust card and the high correlator being the swiftness card, my sense is that we'll probably end up higher. Oh, yeah, actually, this one right here, I almost missed this. So we've got a high towards the end of the day. Ah, we have a high and then a sharp drop into the close. We've got a high there between 2 and 3 and then a sharp drop into the close, it looks like. Oh, the earnings report. Got you, got you. Interesting. Alright guys, with that all, I'm going to roll. Thank you all so much for watching. We do have a couple specials going on if you're interested in supporting the channel. We have a whole team here at Tarot for Traders, so just keep that in mind. Definitely need to support the channel. But you can do so here on our website, Tarot for Traders, our services, SO Meta Posts. We've got this ongoing special. Buy 2 1-year reports, get 1 free. This is going on for the entire second quarter because we're promoting 2025 orders. I want to get 2025 like set up as early as possible so that when we get into 2025, I don't have to do work on 2025. I can work on 2026. And I know that coming the next 2, the second half of the year, 2025 readings are going to become a lot more in demand. So come the second half of the quarter, there won't be any more specials. So I highly recommend taking advantage of this. If you see yourself doing 2025 orders, you should do them now rather than the second half of the year. You'll get an extra one rather than just the normal price. It's basically $500 discount. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, my friends. Look out for some April stuff. So, excuse me, not April, June. Basically, all the deadline I have for myself for the June readings for anybody who's got an all-paid membership or a monthly subscription or early access. The June readings normally would have been out the last day of last month, but because we were so backed up, we're still doing those. The deadline for that is the 15th. That way, I can have all of the July readings done before June starts. And then we'll be back up to pace. So in other words, you should see June readings coming out very, very soon. If you've got either early access or one of the monthly subscriptions, you get all those subscriptions here on our services. That's no Meta Posts. Monthly subscriptions, click here to order. Total access subscriptions, another way to go. You get all of the paid versions of the 1 years and whatnot. And then early access here. Click here to subscribe. Blessings to all my angel investors. Thank you guys for watching. You know where to go. You know what to do. hard to say. I think it probably starts with earnings. It's not. I'm not getting a clear answer for that, AV. I'll give Hermes a pass.